Greetings, Elder Gerard Williams, checking in once again. I know I thought I made a commitment to kind of do these videos once a week, but we just concluded our national convocation gathering here in the city of Charlotte, North Carolina, and our senior bishop Zachary Jones preached such a powerful message. I just felt so strongly that I need to share that with those individuals who are watching me via social media and YouTube. And again, if you have not been to one of our national gatherings, I strongly encourage you to visit our national website, ufcmlife.org, to get the information you're going to need to be present for next year. Next year will be the last time that we're gathering here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So the senior bishop's sermon title was Honest Living, but the power of the message resides in the idea and the understanding around what it means to have the light of creation on the inside, according to the text that he referred to in 2 Corinthians chapter 4. That light of creation was imbued within earthen vessels, of which we all are. Everyone, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of geographical location, regardless of gender, even regardless of orientation. If you are an earthen vessel, that divine light of creation already resides on the inside. Now, here's the part that was really powerful and blessed us immensely. That once you understand that that light lives on the inside, it then becomes extremely difficult for you to not have a life of honesty and integrity, because that light then, the prime example of that light is to push back against the darkness and all the many things that the darkness represents, of which clearly lying has to be one of many. And so the heart of the sermon was just allowing us to understand that God has already done such a powerful work in us, and there are so many people who don't understand the power that they have and their ability to speak to their situation from that inner divine creative light and change your reality, change your world, operate from a place of integrity, operate from an honest life, and operate in a life that is transformed and transformative. So I want to strongly encourage those individuals who may be participating and watching with me via this particular venue, YouTube and or Facebook. I need you to hear in the deepest core of your being that you already possess that light, and no one can deny you that. No one can cut you off from that. It is an inherent part of who you are. It makes you the unique being that you are. That's why there's only one you in all of the world. And it then becomes your responsibility to walk in that awareness and to tap into that light when you need it. That's the powerful part. Our capacity to tap into that light when we need it and allow that power to speak to our situation, speak to what's going on in our bodies, speak to the experiences that we have. And we have the ability to say, let there be peace, let there be healing, let there be transformation, let there be fill in the blank. Whatever it is, our situation should be in the need of. What a wonderful God we serve, that he has not parsed this out to particular individuals that he or she has decided are more worthy than others. Everybody who's created in the image of God already has that light on the inside. And it's the primary role of the believer. It is the primary role of the gathering of believers, we oftentimes call the church, to teach us that, to teach us how to tap into that, to teach us how to walk in that, and to teach us how to operate as a collective from that place. You need to know how special you are, how unique you are, and that in this moment, God has already given you everything that you need and that you lack nothing. I know your external situation may seem to be the complete opposite of that, but one of the other benefits of that life is it then allows you to operate and a greater level outside of the five senses. You begin to learn to see with the spiritual eye. You begin to learn to hear with a spiritual ear. You operate in what I like to call the multi-sensory. And even when you're operating in the multi-sensory, even if your external situation seems to be something, it may appear to be chaotic, or it may appear to be problematic to other people, that has nothing to do with who God has called you in that moment. And in that moment, you can speak to your situation with the expectation that that light will come forth in you and transform not just you, but your very situation. Don't be distracted by watching the clock or watching the calendar, but be consistent and committed in your path and in your process. Tapping into that light when you need it. Tapping into that light for your healing, the healing in your body. Tapping into that light for healing in your relationship. Tapping into that light for healing in your finances. Tapping into that light for whatever you need. Most of all, tapping into that light so that you can be the fabulous creation that God has created you to be. Tapping into that light so that you can walk in your authentic self and your authentic power. Tapping into that light so that others can be blessed just by your presence. I need you to hear that part real clear. Even if you don't always have the words to say, when you're operating from that place, just being in the room will make all the difference in the world. When you're operating from that place, your very presence has already made a difference and changed the very atmosphere of the spaces that you may find yourself in. We sing on a regular basis in our gathering, walk in the light. And sometimes we need to be reminded exactly what that means and whether or not we're actually doing that, whether or not we're actually living that, whether or not we're actually believing that, rather than singing that because it sounds good in our ear and it sounds like a cute song. Walk in the light can be a powerful affirmation. When you find yourself in those situations where you have to make a difficult judgment call, just tell yourself, I need to walk in the light. When other folks are calling you all kinds of names other than the one that's on your birth certificate, make the decision. I'm going to choose to walk in the light. When your situation may seem to be problematic, make it a decision in your mind. I am going to walk in the light, and watch what that divine creative power will do just because you spoke it into existence, just according to your faith. The power of creation is in you and accessible to you, and it is at your disposal. I just wanted to share that with you. Hopefully, it blesses you as it has blessed us. And remember, never forget, God is love, and love is for everyone. Bless you.